This is the People in Profit podcast, featuring your host, Nes Vquez, a multi-six-figure industry influencer and investor. Learn tips, ideas, and strategies as we cover various topics and interviews you can use to experience further financial increase. Let's get started.
I actually wrote a list of different devils in different levels, right? So the first devil is mental conditioning. When we're growing up, we have a certain type of mental conditioning we were brought up with, and it starts from the home. The mindset of money, the philosophies of money, and how to live your life or whatever, that all starts, from home. All the fears, all the common fears and everything like that, like being able to pay rent, being able to pay bills, staying away from danger outside. You're taught that only your family are your friends. You're brought up with certain mental conditioning, right? So the first devil that you have to deal with is being able to break those limited beliefs. When you start in business, you got to stop thinking in the common way and start thinking the uncommon way, being that oddball, like you said. So the first devil is mental conditioning. You have to actually brainwash yourself. You have to wash your brain from all the conditioning that you had over the years, because that conditioning is exactly why you are where you at today. The second devil is yourself. Now, through personal development and by being around people that are more successful than you, start adopting their mindset and everything. Now you kind of overcame that first devil of your old mental conditioning. Your second devil now is yourself. And the reason why is because you're going to deal with self-doubt. You're going to deal with fear. All right. Your circle, if they're not on your wave right now, if they're not on your vibe, they're going to project their anxieties. They're going to project their insecurities on you. So they're going to tell you, oh, it's not going to work if you do it this way or whatever, but they will never, ever make a move to make it work for themselves. So you can't listen to people like that, right? You have to learn how to only accept opinions of those who have the results that you want in a particular thing. So for example, if I want a relationship advice, I'd rather take relationship advice from a couple that's been married for 20 years rather than my best friends or whatever the case may be that can't maintain a very happy relationship. And just for example, I'm not speaking on anyone in particular, but you see where I'm going with this, right? Second devil is yourself, dealing with your own self-doubt, fear, dealing with your associations. And another thing, dealing with yourself is comparison. See, one of the things with social media is that we're always, looking at other people and how they're living their lives, and we're always comparing our lives to them. But here's the thing, and I hope everyone is watching this is writing this down, or at least take it in, or absorb this. Comparison, all right? When you compare, comparison is the thief of joy. As long as you're continuing to compare yourself to the Kardashians, or if you're comparing yourself to, Chris Brown, or someone that's super successful like Jay-Z, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, there's so many people that we can name. When you're comparing your life to theirs, you're never going to be happy. So stop comparing yourself to others. So second devil is yourself. The third devil is the lack of time and money. Okay, so, obviously there's a lack of time if you're working a full-time job, and let's say you're a full-time student, and then you got to, make something work on the side. The lack of money, the lack of time could stop a lot of people. So you really have to overcome that. And really the way you overcome that is you got to make time for it. If you don't have time for something, make time for it. All right. There's 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day. Okay. And if you schedule yourself, if you keep yourself on a schedule, you can at least invest at least minimum 2 hours a week. So there really is no excuse when it comes to time. When it comes to the lack of money, there's always a way to make extra money on the side. Your job isn't the only thing. See, most people have one stream of income, right? But they pay a million different bills. What you have to do is start developing other streams of income so you can eliminate a lot of these bills, and these extra streams will be coming in. So that comes from, small investments over here. It comes from, little business ventures, so on and so forth. There's literally no excuse. If you wanted to fund a startup company, kind of like what Nas did and how, Amazon acquired that for $1 billion, right? If you want to invest in startup companies, you can absolutely do that. You go Google right now and search for crowdfunding, right? And you can invest $200 into a new business here, invest $200 in a new business there. And guess what? By the time it actually, launches publicly or whatever, you could be a millionaire. For example, $100 in 2010 invested into Uber equaled 1.8 million in 2017 or 2016 or something like that. You just have to be open-minded. You have to be open-minded and really network and start getting information from people. Here's so the third devil was the time of lack of money. The fourth devil is when you start to see a little results. A couple things happen here. When you start seeing a little bit of results, you know, some of the people that you know, some of the people that doubted you, some of your team members, whatever, now they got their hand out. Now they want favors. Now they want this. Now they want that. Now they want loans, right? They want all this stuff. And so when you have a little bit of success and you come from where we come from, you want to share. You want to be able to give it all away, right? And then what happens when you actually do that? And then you're fucked over. No one is there for you, right? So in a sense, you do have to be a little selfish when it comes to, you know, your business. You have to be a little selfish because if not, no one's going to take care of you the way you would take care of you, period. That's the bottom line, bro. Some people might disagree with this, but that's because you weren't in that position. So imagine when you worked hard to get everything that you want and then you start giving it all away and then bad times happen because, you know, business go through ups and downs. And let's say it's a downtime right now and you know, your money is based off of performance of your business sales and, you know, the seasons and all that stuff. What happens if it's really slow and you got nothing coming in? Then what? Are those people that you helped out going to help you? That's something you need to consider. So be careful who you help out. Number 5, now you're facing new life challenges. Now, here's something, and I know you're going to chime in on this when I get your feedback on everything. New life challenges. Now you're at a higher level. Now you're at a higher level. You're operating at a higher vibration, right? Couple things happen. For example, friends turn enemies, right? I'm going to start with that. That's one devil right there. There are people that I've literally helped made tens of thousands of dollars, not measly $100 here, $100 there, tens of thousands of dollars, bro. But here's one thing that happens. When people are loyal to you because there's a money gain from it, they're going to always go to the highest bidder, bro. 100%. Someone who makes more money than you could come in between you and your friends, right? Or who you thought were your friends, and they could trash you. They could throw dirt on your name. They could put you to the ground. And you know what? The friends that were with you because there was a monetary gain will probably eat it up, you know, just so they can start leeching off of the bigger fish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's so fucked up how that happens, but it actually do happens. And it happens a lot. Another thing that you face when you make it at a high level is some of the people that you help out, you know, you actually create a monster. You create a monster and they actually start working against you, right? I want my brand to be associated with someone who's truthful, someone who's honest, someone who's going to tell you what you may not like, but what you need to hear in order for you to make a breakthrough. So when I coach people, you know, I don't want people to get the sense that I'm trying to break them. I'm trying to break them through to the next level. Right. And that's one of the things of a success coach. People want to be bitches and only want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear the sweet talk. They want to hear you promises. They want to hear you whispering in your ear. Hey, you know what? I'll help you out. I hope you build this, put a little money in your pocket or whatever. And guess what? People are going to eat that up. Right. So at the end of the day, it's let time go by.
I'm seeing a whole different side of you, bro.
Yeah. Well, let time go by. Let time go by. And you're going to see what's the deal. So number 6, and then the 7th one is the last one. Number 6 is the law of the lid. The fleas, they could jump really high, as high as like 6 feet. So those little bastards go, right? And you put them, all right, in a jar with a lid on it, okay? And then they're gonna hit the lid. They're gonna hit the lid. They're gonna hit. Over time, if you let a couple of weeks go by, over time, when you remove the lid, the fleas no longer want to jump 5 to 6 feet. So that lid right there is the mindset that most people have, the limited thinking they have. There's so much, you could go so much higher in life. But for people that hit their head a couple of times, they're afraid. They're afraid to reach those heights. They're afraid of getting hit in the head again. They're afraid of that, so they stay within barriers. And that's how society is as a whole. Society is built off fear, right? So, you know, laws and religion, it's built off fear for the most part. So it keeps people in line. If you don't give a fuck about the law, you give a fuck about religion. You don't want to go to hell, right? Mm-hmm. Think about this. Mm-hmm. Stay with me for a second.
I'm staying with you.
If you don't give a fuck about religion, right? You don't believe in a God, you're an atheist, whatever. the laws are going to keep you right. Okay. So we live in a world that's reactive. We live in a world that's constant limitations all over the place. And actually, it's a good thing. You know, I'm not going to lie. It's a good thing for the most part to keep people in line. But it's the matrix. It's the fucking matrix, if you think about it, right? So most people are reactive towards everything. They've been told the word no thousands, over 30,000 times by the time they reach the age of 5. Okay, so they're associated with no, limitation here. Oh, that's against the law. Oh, that's against religion. All right, you can't whack off because that's a fucking sin. You can't do this, right? Because that's a sin, whatever. So there's so many like limitations that we're used to being reactive, like mice in a maze, like hamsters running in a hamster wheel, right? So the thought of becoming a top success, it's like, no, that's not possible. How can you make $10,000 a month? I can't even make $20 an hour. Bro, I was in the hood. This was in PA, because, you know, in Pennsylvania, there's a couple of ghost towns. I was in Hazleton, and I was staying out there. I was working in the factory for like a month. Like I said, I was trying to do everything to get by, right? So I've been through a lot, right? So literally, I had one of my good friends from back in the days tell me, I said, yo, you know, my aunt, she works in Manhattan, and she gets about $20 an hour. The man literally looked at me, a drug dealer and all that. He literally looked at me, and he was like, that's impossible. $20, that's impossible. And when he said that, that blew my mind. I was like, yo, are you fucking kidding me, bro? If you're working in Manhattan, you know, you're seeing $800 a week. That's $20 an hour. You know what I mean? Like, that's easy, right? But some people, that's like so beyond their scope of things that if you start mentioning $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, oh, this person is a millionaire, he makes more than $100,000 a month. That's like, what? That's fake. That's a lie. Who are you scamming? That's a scam. When I realized what a scam is, SCAM, people who are still confused about money. Okay, people who are still confused about money. 7th devil. This is the last one. The journey. See, success is a journey. It's not a destination. Once you're successful, you have to keep doing what you did to become a success, to maintain your success. Because the moment, it's easier to get there than it is to keep it. So once you get there and you stop, you're going to flop. Once you get there and you stop, you're going to flop. So you have to keep yourself disciplined to maintain that success, because success is a journey, not a destination. So it's not like you get there, you get to your goal, and it's the end, happily ever after. No, it's a journey. So what's important, what's even more important, is thinking about the legacy. That's why you hear me bring up legacy a lot. It's about the legacy. What's going to happen after I die? Because I don't want Jax to be in the same fucking high school I was in. I don't want him being in the hood. I don't want him being around a bunch of fucking people that's hacking and slashing innocent kids out here, like a couple of miles away. The way they slaughtered Junior, that kid. That's like fucking 10 miles away, bro. I don't want my son being brought up on that shit. So you damn fucking right. I'm gonna take my ass upstate New York, or get some land in Texas or somewhere where I have acres and acres and acres of lands where all you fucking see is cows and deers and fucking roosters and all. I'd rather him be surrounded by that than be a bunch of fucking savages, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the 7th devil is the journey, bro. Success is a journey, not a destination. You don't get there and it's the end. You don't get there and it's happily ever after. You get it, you maintain it, and you do what you need to do to pass on the legacy. So right now, the moves that I'm making right now, and Ivan, I know you feeling me on this, bro. The moves that I'm making right now, bro, it isn't no normal fucking moves, bro. Because what normal got me, what normal got a lot of us, was still stuck in the fucking hood when we were first growing up. Now everybody doing better now. My family's doing way better now. We got a lot of family members that owning their own houses or whatever. They're popping right now. But before, in the beginnings, when we were going through these shootouts, when we dealing with this bullshit, when I was dealing with being with the new kid on the fucking block all the time, When there was time I had to press motherfuckers for my sister and for my brother, right? When you're going through all this, bro, like, yo, it's easy for you to get caught in a trap, for you to get constantly bombarded by the system. When you in the hood, let's just say you in the projects, you got people living above you, below you, to the side of you. Guess what? People are they're angry, bro. They're angry. And they don't give a fuck about going to jail because what the fuck are they gonna come home to? Nothing. Right? But yet across the street, you got wealthy communities, gated communities across the fucking street. So yeah, we're living in fucking purgatory. You know what I mean? Like you get to a point, right, where you have to battle all this. You got to battle every devil in every level, and none of it is easy. It's all hard. But here's the thing, though. If you can't deal with the small devils, if you can't deal with the little shit like your mental conditioning, that's the first devil. If you can't deal with that, you can't deal with the bigger ones. And because of that, you'll never see the success that people that deal with the bigger problems have.
Ness, you want to know what's crazy? Like, it's having attitude is everything. It's having a positive mindset, because talking about this, like, really, I'm remembering the times I've gotten into so many scuffles, jumped, fucking bro, like I would go home with bruises on my face and on my body, dog, to the point that, bro, I would, one time I got beat up so bad, I pissed on myself, dog. Bro, you know how embarrassing that is? I got beat up so bad on the train by two gangbangers called remember this gang called the Lost Boys?
Yeah, I remember LB. Yeah.
LB. Bro, I forgot it was the E to the F train. Bro, me and Lou got beat up horrible. Bro, I remember, but this is the beauty about it, is having a positive outlook on everything you go through. And this is what made you and I. This is why you want to go. So let's go through these devils. And because when you're saying this stuff, it takes me back to really the root and the why I am the person I am today. Why I am the way that I am today, it's because of that, and because of overcoming all these devils and continuing to overcome these devils, because we are dual creatures. We have a positive side in us and we have a negative side in us. Just like there's sun and there's night. Just like there's doubt, and then there's that ounce of faith. There's that little chance of faith. And the thing is that the devil continues to say, no, you can't do it. No, you're not good enough. No, you were not privileged. No, this is not for you. No, you're not. You don't speak good enough. No, you don't. Go.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and it's crazy. Like even when you're a kid, you know what I mean? Like, for example, remember when New York City had the stop and frisk, bro? You know how many times like I was frisked and searched and told, oh, you fit the description or whatever, and I'm like, I'm just a fucking kid riding a bike, bro. Like, it was just so crazy. And then to go into new devils as your success, bro. I had fucking rolling in my Audi Q7 when I first got it, bro. I was in Miami with it. But when I came back to the Northeast, and I'm driving with my Audi Q7 looking clean as fuck, right? Guess what? You know how many times I got fucking pulled over, bro? Because it's hard to believe that someone like me, it's hard to their eyes, where we grew up from, people that look like me driving is something like that. They have to be a drug dealer. They have to be a drug dealer. That's pretty much like how it is, bro.
Bro, you got a tattoo on your neck.
Yeah.
And you did that. You did that prior. You did that prior to the, and you have to live with that. You know what I mean? You have to live with having a tattoo on your neck. You're already labeled. You look Puerto Rican, okay? You have a tattoo on your neck, okay? We're already labeled a specific way. So those are devils that we need to overcome every single day. So let me go through these devils that you're talking about right now.
Yep.
So first devil, mentally conditioned. Okay, cool. Yep. So my mom always said, go to school, get a job. Even even with my first hustle, which was a legitimate hustle at 18, selling mixtapes, I was considered, and no pun intended, but I was considered, my mom would say, is like, yo, what are you doing? You selling CDs like if you like you're the African guy on the app. What are you doing? Why are you going from barbershop to barbershop selling CDs when I'm telling you to go to school? But I had to overcome that mental condition that my mom had implemented to me my whole life. The reason why she implemented that on my whole life is because she didn't know any better. She only knew that it was, she never even had the moment or the time to really figure out who Ivan was. She couldn't sit, she was so caught up in the race that she didn't sit Ivan down and say, Ivan, what are you good at? What are you good at? The only solution for a lot of people is go to college, get good grades, go get a job. Go make 40, go make 50, go make 60, go make 70,000 if you're lucky. Another mental condition that I had to overcome was my obesity. I was always chubby. Bro, I think at 12 years old, I was weighing 180 pounds. I was a fat, chubby kid. So that was a mental condition that I had to build my self-esteem, to build my confidence to, bro, now I look in the mirror and I'm in love with the fuck I see. That was a mental condition that I had to overcome.
Yo, we came a long way, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
A long way, bro.
I was just as small as that, bro. I just figured out my size of jeans at 30 fucking years old. Small shit like that. Dog, I've been wearing a size 8 because it was cool in New York City to wear small fucking feet, sneakers. Nigga, I'm really a size 9. Think about those stupid ass mental conditions. The mental conditions where it was like, in order to be somebody in where we came from, you have to act a certain way. You need to wear a certain thing. You need to speak a certain way. You need to hang around a certain crowd. You need to, dog, these were mental conditions that have been passed on from generation, from neighborhood to neighborhood, from demographics, from, bro, gangs of New York, from back in the fucking early 1900s. This was the nitty-gritty concrete jungle of fucking New York City that was implemented on us, that we were brainwashed with, that we had to overcome to fucking live in Jersey, to live in Miami, to do what we're doing. These are the small mental conditions that we've been penetrated, especially minorities coming from Puerto Rico, coming from Colombia. They say, don't trust strangers, or don't make new friends, or, doing business, it's not certain, get something that's secure, you're gonna be, most people lose in business. Bro, so much mental conditions that
of fear.
Our whole life out of fear. And I agree with you when you said, yo, we've been taught our whole life, no. So now when you get, most people, when somebody shows them an opportunity, their first thing is no. Their first, no, I don't know it. I fear it. That's new to me, so that doesn't exist. That's something new. I'm scared of it. Don't introduce it to me. I can't do it. Limited belief. Okay, so that was the first level, is overcoming mental conditions that, I got bullied, I got picked on, I was fat, I was broke, I can't do this. Bro, all this shit is fucking lies. All of it is lies. All of it is your little brain fucking telling you lies, telling you can't do it. You got to break away from that. And the best way to do it is taking action. It's just doing it. It's just being crazy. It's just madness. That's the only way you could really do this, is madness.
Yeah.
Really. So do you see how people shoot people, people stab people, people jump people are, doing all these things that we think are like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You take that because we have that negative side in us. We got that negative devil in us. You take that and you push forward with a business, you push forward with an idea, you push forward with a brand, you push forward with a concept, you push forward to get past these limited mental conditions. But you got to break through it, and you need to have all that fuel. So you take all that, because maybe, you see, this is not for everybody. This is the 1%. This is for the 1%. This is for the 2% that you feel that you're different. So you know that you're different, right? So instead of going to shoot up a whole movie theater to get known, or to because you're not known, because nobody knows you, bro, that's stupid. Take all that anxiety, take all that anxiousness, take all that nervous stuff that you have inside of you, and implement it in a positive way.
Right.
That's the trick.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. So level 2, yourself, self-doubt, fear, association, comparing. Ness, let me tell you something. When I started network marketing and I saw somebody when I saw Jay Peso training in front of me, and I know that I started the same time as Jay Peso, and he was hitting ranks, dog, it would make me sick because I was comparing myself to him. Right now, I don't compare myself to anybody, because I know that is it's not good for the soul. It's not good for the heart. What we should do is congratulate, is throw more success, throw more positive vibes, help lift help that person's cause. It's like you and I. You have a cause. I have a cause. Let's help each other. So that is something that we need to overcome, because it's all crabs in a bucket. It's all crabs in a bucket, and then you start snapping each other in that crab, and you forget to realize that, damn, what the fuck are we gonna be making money off of each other when you and I could come together and make money off and create a value to make money off of billions of people?
I agree, bro. You hit it right in the nose, bro. They say that the best way to start attracting success is by celebrating other people's success. Instead of hating on them, why don't you learn from them?
Bro, look what you did. You attach yourself to Julian Kushner. I attached myself to YG. What happened when you did that?
Oh, bro. It was different, bro. My associations changed and everything. I started to see like a different way of living, just really started to, it was a good thing. He's actually going to be the next guest on my podcast. So, it's a perfect segue, but
check this out though. How many people are really doing that with us right now? I don't see nobody attaching themselves to me to say, you know what, let me help your cause so I could come up and I could be in a better situation. Because most people aren't willing to let go of their egos. Because look, I'll be one to say it and admit. I used to say, yo, what the fuck is Ness doing? Why is he over there? You had to get away. You had to go try something new. Yeah. You had to try something different. You had to be the odd one.
Yeah, bro. Like in Disrupt, for example, I came in with friends, in Disrupt, which is another company. And I just felt so out of place. I was like, yo, this is not it. And I was the oddball. And
I was one to be like, oh, Ness, you're doing it wrong, man. But you did right.
Bro, it was crazy. I remember one time this one fucking troll, I forgot what the hell his name is. He said some shit, and then I saw you in the comment, and I was like, what the fuck? My boy Ivan?
I know.
What?
And he ended up blocking me too. We all make mistakes, bro. And this is why we have to come and admit them and be honest.
Oh, we good. We good.
But I have to admit too, and we all should admit our flaws and our mistakes.
I was definitely the oddball.
You know what I'm saying? And this goes to doing things different, see, that's a devil right there that's telling you, no, you need to stick with what you know. You need to stick with these people. You need to stick with no, don't do it, don't leave. You know, that devil is wants to keep you constrained. That devil wants you to stay in your comfort zone and to stay mediocre, to stay with those crabs in a bucket. Bro, the only reason I've made it is because, bro, I moved to Dallas, I moved to New York, I moved to Orlando, I moved to Miami, I moved to Costa Rica. I had to do things different. So that's a devil of getting outside your comfort zone, getting out of my self-doubt. My man, I am my biggest critic. I'm very hard on myself. This is why I really don't hear when other people doubt on me, because, bro, my doubt, my devils are way fucking louder than anybody else's shit. So I don't give a fuck about you, what you got to say. I don't care. I've already been pedigreed since a kid to already have, that's natural to me. Now I don't, bro, nobody's even in my fucking radar, bro. Nobody's on my level. That's the way I look at it. It's like, I got my own playing field now. And that's another devil, because now I'm like, oh shit, I'm by myself now. Okay. All right. You know, I need to do something new. I need a new challenge. I need to get to the next level. So
and that's what it is. What I usually say, especially for people that are seeing like new success and they say, Ness, you know, I already made it to my goals. I already made it to where I'm at. What's next? And what I usually tell them, and this always works, is find a new why. Because the thing is that, for example, my first why was, yo, bro, like I just want to make a residual income that far exceeds my living expenses so I can have more time freedom. That was pretty much my first why. And then what happened once I actually achieved that, I didn't know what the fuck to do at first. Literally, it took me like 10 minutes to figure it out. So once I discovered that I no longer needed my job because I now work for myself, I was literally, I was in Castle Hill in the Bronx. I was visiting a friend, and I was supposed to visit the friend, but I didn't. I just got off of the train station at Castle Hill, and I was just walking around for several blocks, and I thought to myself, like, holy shit, I just hit my goals. What now? And then I instantly came up with it. And that new level, that new why was my new why is helping other people feel exactly how I feel in this very moment. You know, so every new level that I hit, then when I eventually got to 6 figures a year, that was a whole different thing, because that's 6 figures residual income. That shit is crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Residual income, 6 figures. So
you hit that, you hit that level of success before I did.
Yeah, but you beat me to $1 million. So you know,
but I remember hitting you up, and I'm like, yo, Nash, you hit 50 a month, my dude.
Yo, everyone has their own race. That's a story right there, bro. Like I might have hit goals before you did in this industry, but bro, you hit the millionaire mark before I did. You know what I'm saying? So bro, like everyone, this is perfect how this is all gonna tie in and conclude this.
We're not done. I got mad doubles.
Bro, everyone should run their own race. Continue going through the different devils.
Okay. Third devil, time, lack of money. I started my business with $500 when I was 18. Okay. You have 24 hours in a day. That shit has never been my devil. It's never been my devil, because I got 24 hours in a day. I make shit happen. I ain't got no TV in my fucking living room. I ain't got no time for small talk. I ain't got no time for nothing but doing money-making activities. I'm either calling somebody, I'm connecting with somebody, I'm doing a live, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yo, when I was working, I used to have a store. Then I would go at night and I would bartend, or I would throw out garbage. And then on the weekends, I would do catering. And then I used to so I used to make my runs too. There's 24 hours in a day. Yo, that's no fucking devil. You just lazy. Let's just be real. You just lazy. Get up off your ass. Get up off that TV. Get up off your iPhone. Get up off of Instagram and Facebook and do it, man.
Yep.
That's it. That's not even a devil. You just lazy. That's not a devil. You fucking lazy. That's it. That's not even a devil, bro. Yo, just do it. Just do it. Just get up off your ass and fucking do what you need to do. Make that call.
The money excuse is a lie, bro. The money excuse is a lie.
Yo, oh shit. That money excuse is a lie, bro. I started this whole journey with $500, bro. This whole thing, yeah, granted I did what I did when I was 14, 15, but bro, that money went dry, bro. 4 years, that was gone.
Yep.
Then I had to start up again when I was 18. I was like, okay, cool. I started this whole journey with a little box of mixtapes with $500. So that's not even double. Let's just get that shit out the way. You just freaking lazy, okay? Oh, I don't get the time. Oh, I don't get the money. Dog, you got all the time in the world. You got 365 days. You got 7 days a week. You got I don't know how many seconds. I don't know how many hours. I don't know. But you got freaking time. And if you don't got money, go Uber, okay, for 2 weeks. And that's going to give you enough money to go freaking start a home-based business. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Okay?
Yo, my man is snapping over here, bro.
Fourth, little results. My man, look at the success I have and look at the freaking views I got right now on Facebook. Nothing. Little results. Shit drives me. It makes me go harder. It makes me punch more. It makes me, I take that and I'm like, oh, dog. This is when I say that I take my disappointments, I take my frustration, and it's my gasoline, bro. To go harder, to go faster, to make better moves, to associate myself with certain people, to risk more, to get my money up. Dude, I do this. So little results, so what? I'm getting little results right now on the level that I want to be. Why don't I have the views that I would want to have? Why? These are challenges. We're all going to have challenges. You're going to have a challenge. Whatever challenge you got going on right now, yeah, cool. You're going to have to overcome it. You're going to have to figure out ways on how to overcome that. Don't give up. When I started off Instagram, I would only get 7 likes. And it was during the time that we started World Ventures. 7 likes. I only had 700 followers. Bro, now I got 16K followers, 800 likes. It's part of the process. It's part, bro. Yo, it's just challenges. That's it. You just got to understand that you got to weather the fucking storm. You know how many times? Yo, there's either 2 things. I don't doubt myself. I don't think, when it comes to this, sometimes I just want to be like, yo, I'm done with social media. Let me continue making these money moves over here with nobody on the hush. Just make these money moves, continue stacking on my money. But then I'm like, man, I want to spread the love, man. I want to share people my journey because, dude, I could save somebody's life. Maybe that dude that pulled the trigger on Tentacion would have probably heard my live or heard me speak or heard me say something that was like, yo, I'm not going to do that. Let me take this anger that I have that I'm going to use to steal somebody's bag full of money. Let me go start a home-based business. Let me go start a car wash business instead of taking another man's life.
That shit is pure ignorance and hate. That's it.
No, it's pure ignorance and hate, but dude, the devil exists.
Oh, yeah.
That negativity exists.
Yep.
That ignorance exists. That mindset exists. We're on this side. We're like, yo, we could have made that same choice you made to make that quick little come up, but we decided to go this. We decided to go the long route. But now, our whole lives, you're in jail now. You just fucked up your whole life.
For a 1 day shopping spree.
For a 1 day shopping spree.
And getting poked in their ass and fucking.
So this is why I am doing this live. Because right now, I have nowhere to send people. Like, I'm not in network. I'm not building a network marketing team heavy like that. So I'm really doing this out of heart. I'm doing this to really share. I'm not sharing somebody how to do sales. I'm not sharing somebody to do marketing. I'm sharing how to freaking finesse, hacks, how to overcome your own battles, whatever that battle is, whatever you got going on. So, little results, I got little results. You got little results right now. We all have little results. I had little results till 2 years ago. Come on now. It was how many years? 12 years of little results, and then boom, you're one move away from changing your life forever.
Yep.
So appreciate the little results. Appreciate the little things so then God could grant you more. All right. New challenges in life. There's always going to be new challenge. Right now, my challenge is to actually listen to more audios, positive audios, audiobooks, to start reading the Bible, to get closer to God, to start meditating, bro, I don't drink anymore. Let me tell you what I don't drink. Because now I have the means to never stop drinking. I have the means to freaking do coke if I wanted to. I got the means to go do craziness that I've never done before, or I've done before. I have the means to live a crazy lifestyle. That doesn't make me happy. Let me tell you what makes me happy. The happiest moments was when I went on a missionary trip to Colombia, Peru, and Brazil. My best moments is when I was around people that was meditating. My best moments is when I was on stage sharing my story. My best moments is, those are been my happiest, most fulfilling moments. So now, another challenge that I have is to wanting to speak in the same rooms as Gary Vee, Danny Frisella, Vquez. Those are challenges that I'm taking on right now. Diversifying my business portfolio, learning overseas financing. A challenge is to finally be invited to different circles. A challenge of mine is to finally be able to wear a suit that I like, that I enjoy. These are challenges. If you're not challenging yourself, you might as well be dead.
Right.
The law of the lid, very easy. You talked about the fleas. All right, I'm gonna talk about the elephant. What they do in the zoo, they tie a little string around this massive elephant's leg. They tie it to a little pole. Now the elephant is conditioned and says, "Damn, I got that string on me. I can't move." But he doesn't know that he could just, with a little bit of effort, that string is vamooshed. That string, that string is gone. It doesn't know that. So this has to do with the Matrix. Go back to the Matrix. I understood that this is all a game. This is all a game. It is a game. It is a game. It's a Matrix. It's literally, these man-made rules are meant to be broken. These man-made rules are meant to be broken. What do you think these big corporations are doing? They're doing the same.
They're breaking rules every day.
They're breaking rules every day. They're throwing disgusting shit in our fucking rivers and oceans. Okay? They're putting crazy shit in our drinking water. They're putting crazy shit in our toothpaste. They're putting crazy shit in that Coca-Cola. They are killing people by the fucking dozens, by the millions and billions for population control. Okay? They're tapping people. They're come on, this government, listen, I don't like getting into politics and all stuff like that, but look at what they did with those kids in the freaking border.
Bro, that shit was heartbreaking. And I want to say something about that. There are some people, bro, that are so ignorant and so fucking retarded that all they give a fuck about is how their president looks, right? So for example, I know some people on both sides of the fence that are fucking crazy as shit, Democrats and Republicans. But it's pretty interesting to see how through something as disgraceful and disgusting as separating children for the family, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I don't give a fuck who is listening, bro. You separate my son from me, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bro. I'm gonna fucking kill you, bro. So, like the fact that shit is happening, children are being taken away from their parents. And these fucking crazy ass, extremists are supportive of that, I can't even fucking believe my eyes, bro. At the bottom line is good is good, bad is bad, and we should just stand up for what's good, and we should come together and unite to take away what's bad. But what we're seeing right now is how other people fucking look. So the person you voted for is fucking up, and instead of really being concerned about families being taken apart, you're concerned about you not looking fucking stupid on social media. Me, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I believe everyone should be sharing their, political views or whatever. But don't be a fucking bigot. Don't bash people for believing in something else. Don't bash people for being fucking different. All right. And don't alienate other people, because if you're in the industry as well and you're a business person as well, when you alienate other people, you're only going to be left in the island by yourself with a bunch of fucking batshit crazies just like you. You know what I mean? So, bro, it's so crazy, bro. But the bottom line is, bro, what happened there was evil. And I'm glad that they're like handling that shit. I'm glad that's being handled. Again, I'm not in politics. I don't really talk about it. I stay away from it. What I don't like is bigotry. What I don't like is people bashing other people for believing or thinking or being different than they are, bro. Because that's just ignorance and that's hate. That's at the end of the day, that's what bigotry is, bro.
Think about this. Bro. How many people do you know previous to these past 5 years have gotten multiple years for selling marijuana? And now it's so legal in so many places, but it took so many years away and incarcerated so many people, and now it's freaking legal. So now, just because now it's socially correct, or now because of votes, or now because now you're the ignorance of it being a gateway drug, and now you're realizing that this thing is helping people with so many health benefits now. So now it's legal, now it's cool, now it's not frowned upon. But think about how many people were fucked.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna give you something right now. That was another thing that obviously is heavy in every hood, right? So before it wasn't socially accepted. They look at what's going on in the streets. Okay, what's wrong? Okay, let's play some laws. Let's fuck everyone over. Let's keep people down or whatever. But now you got a lot of these privileged kids that are fucking doing coke, doing whatever on a regular basis, that they rather, these judges, these fucking politicians, they rather have their kids do marijuana than fucking, succumb to crack cocaine or whatever. So if making marijuana legal is the way to go, they're going to do it on top of all the other votes coming in. Now they're going to look at it like, what's going on in my family? And you know what? I'd rather have them on this than on that. Now becomes reality. But that's the fucked up part. Why are you it's like people that don't give a fuck or don't care enough to understand how other things operate. I don't get how a lot of these shot callers, a lot of people that call that make the laws, a lot of people that call the shots. I just hate seeing that they wait until something happens to them for them to be like, oh, okay. But they don't give a fuck about, trying to see from the points of views of others. Marijuana was never horrible. You know what I mean? So the fact that people did years for that, it's just absolutely fucked up. It's just fucked up. It's just fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
no. Bottom line,
100%.
That's nothing, bro.
And here's the deal. I honestly believe that the United States is one of the safest countries that exists. I've traveled all over the world. I agree. I don't feel as comfortable in those countries as I do here. Okay. The privileges that we have here in this country are phenomenal, bro. They are amazing. They are top. I mean, dude, there's no comparison, right? I'm so thankful for this country. I'm so thankful for what it has done for my family. I'm so thankful for what it's done for me. I'm thankful for my security. I'm thankful that I could take out my phone without even, getting robbed. Nobody's gonna rob you for a cell phone here. You know what I mean? But in Colombia they will. You know what I mean? They will kill you for a cell phone.
Of course.
So, but going here to understanding that it is in the best interest of the powers that be to keep a lid on top of you. Because Very simple. You are a number to them. They want you to be the consumer. They want you to buy. They want you to be a product of your environment, a product of their agenda, a product of their marketing. They want you to be a statistic. They want to keep you controlled. And they want you to be content, comfortable. They designed the system for you to feel safe, content, warm, just. They want to be a boss. That's basically what they want. They want you to be a boss. They just want to give you enough to survive, but then you got to go back to their agenda so then they can pay you again to survive. And then
I tell you what I do like.
What?
I tell you what I do love about our country. I mean, I'm a patriot. You know, I was in the Army, bro. You know, like I love my country, period. But what a lot of people don't know is that there's massive benefits to being an entrepreneur. So it's almost like
this is the land of
to experience life at a high level, especially in this country. You have to be, you know, an entrepreneur, an investor, or you know, someone who's an artist.
Where's that class in public school?
There isn't none. That's the problem, though.
Okay.
Like that's one of the issues.
Bro, they don't have an entrepreneurship. They don't have an entrepreneurship major. They have a business administration major.
Yep.
They want you to administer somebody else's business.
They want you to be a manager for a business.
Exactly.
You know, but here's the thing, though. That right there is the agenda of a lot of malicious people that are rich. They don't want people knowing the secret that really what it really is you need to own a business and you need to invest in other things, and here are the sources. So, for example, crowdfunding just became legal in 2016, right? So people that fund startup businesses or whatever, that was only first reserved for people that had a $200K a year income portfolio, for the most part, to be considered an accredited investor, right? 2016, the law has been passed that now anyone could invest, but if you're making less than $200,000 a year, the most you can invest is $2,000 in between different companies. So there's still limitations, but at the end of the day, bro, it's fucked up that they're not teaching entrepreneurship and you know, pretty much the power of the mind. That's because it all is all within an agenda. So, for example, we're in school for what, like 8 to 3 o'clock. That's conditioning you. That's conditioning you for 9 to 5. That's conditioning you for getting ready to be a part of a 9 to 5 system, you know, after you graduate and stuff like that. There are other things as well. So you not understanding entrepreneurship in regular schools, they're not teaching investing. They're not teaching how to invest in stocks and things like that, Forex. It's really a sad thing because here's the thing, right? The banks, okay, they're not even giving you a 1% interest rate on your money every year. It's sad. It's like 0 point something percent. They got all these big, you know, boards. Hey, you know, come open an account with us. This is going to be your interest rate. And most of the time it's like 0 point something percent. It's not even fucking 1%. Whereas if you learn how to trade your money, it's straight disrespectful, bro. Because they're allowed to legally multiply, you know, your money, but they're limiting you to 1% a year. So what they're really doing is they're trading your money in the markets. This is what people don't know. The Federal Reserve could always print more money because ever since we got taken off the gold standard, it doesn't even matter. We're in the fiat currency. You know, there is no backing by gold at all. You know, back in the days, you could trade your money for gold. It was backed by gold, and then ever since the Federal Reserve was created, that's it. It was a wrap, right? So ever since, you know, the whole monetary system has been a little funny. But the bottom line is that today, right, you're not even seeing more than 1%. You know, interest rate for the most part, right? Unless you got a lot of money, you can negotiate that rate, and you're smart enough to negotiate, right? Most people are like 0 point something percent. Whereas if you trade your money in crypto today, or you trade your money in Forex, or even stocks, or bonds, or peer-to-peer lending, or crowdfunding, guys, you can multiply your money. Literally in the first hour, you could do way more than what your bank will ever do for you in regards to interest. And these days, CD deposit, you know, certificates of deposits, finance shit. CDs are more like CDs, certificates of death, when it comes to your finances. So it's different. When as you start to become successful and you start getting yourself involved in different circles, every level, every tier that you reach, you're going to be surrounded by, in different circles.
People don't know what they don't know. I remember when I opened up my clothing stores and I would go back to my block, I have friends that would be like, Ivan, don't you need like a license to be able to sell? I'm like, dude, all you need is an occupational license just because you got the spot, and that's it. You're done. Like you really, and then maybe a little tax ID that you could go get at any little tax office, or you could do it in the state of New York. Like it's no big deal. But then people would just, not people, but it's just us. It's just, I don't know who does it, but bro, we put these lids on everything. Most people don't do business because they're like, oh, I got to pay taxes on it. Dude, you paying taxes off your check every single day, every single week, every 2 weeks. What are you talking about? So because you ain't going to do a business that could pay you $1 million because then you got to pay, what, $200,000 on taxes? What are you bitching about?
That's the other thing right there. I love that you said that. But most people are like, oh, I don't know. When you start a business, don't you got to pay taxes? You fucking idiot. You're already being taxed
regardless.
Yeah, you're already being taxed 50%. What they're doing is they're taxing you all the time. And then when they give you your refund, they're telling you out of your money what you're allowed to keep. Now some people are like, oh, I get to claim my kids, dependents or whatever. Claim that shit, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? The thing is this. The moment you hit the lottery, all those credits that you got, it's going to be paid back.
Yeah.
Either or, if you don't have a life insurance policy and you die, your debts and everything will roll over to your kids. So you not understand that shit.
Yeah.
And it goes back to information and access. It goes back to people that are thinking with a limited fucking mentality, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that I'm talking like this, but it's just like, how many times do you have to be the fucking nice guy before people start listening? You have to come out like a dickhead sometimes and tell people, yo, this is the deal. Stop being an idiot. This is what you need to do. But people rather be like, oh, nah, that's too hard. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think about it or whatever. It's like, bro, that's that limited thinking. Law of the lid. That's the sixth devil.
They're scared. So here's another one. I tell people all the time, like, yo, if you don't got a credit card, call them up, okay? Call up any bank right now. Tell them you make X amount. Tell them you still live with your parents and watch them throw a credit at you. Oh, but that's not what I make. Are they going to check on my job? No, they're not going to check up on your job. They're not going to do it. Stop being scared. What's the worst thing going to happen? Is Visa going to come knocking on your door? Is MasterCard going to come knocking on your door? They're not. Ness, they are not. When I used to do insurance, I used to tell all my people, I'm like, yo, tell them that you drive pleasure under 3,000 miles. If you do that, they drop your insurance policy by 30 to 40%. Life hacks. Most people are going to be like, nah, that's insurance fraud. What are you talking about? You're not committing an accident and then lying and then hitting somebody or making pretend that somebody hit you and you causing a lawsuit. It is not that serious. Dude, this is the number one thing I tell people. If you come from nothing the way that you and I came from, you're going to have to finesse because they are not going to just open up the doors to you.
They're not. And then when you start rubbing shoulders with people that are, other people that are like really successful, in life and whatever, now they start looking at you like they did to me, multiple times. And they go like, he's a little rough around the edges. He's, he got all this energy. I'm not sure if I want that around me or whatever. And it's like, these fucking pussies, bro. Like they want, that's exactly why people like us need to, we need more of us to be in the mix of things because we're the future. At the end of the day, we're the future. You got a lot of people, coming from the bottom on the way up because, the opportunities are there. I mean, to finally find it is super hard when you work. It is hard, but really the hardest part is consistency. If you're persistent, if you're consistent and persistent enough, you are going to be able to make a breakthrough. You know what I mean? But it's not easy.
Let me break it down.
It's only for those that are
it down to you like this, bro. There's still people right now that still think that Bitcoin is not accepted anywhere, that you cannot buy anything with Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is a fad, that Bitcoin is a bubble, that it is not going anywhere. Ignorance. Right? I speak to these people, like just sitting with them, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" "Oh, no, I'm a Bitcoin evangelist." "Oh, really?" It just doesn't convince me. Like, you can't buy anything with it. I'm like, I bought my apartment with it. I bought my car with it. I bought this flight with it. I could buy you a drink with it right now. This is when I say that it's all a fucking matrix. Because her friend probably thinks the same shit. Her friends thinks the same shit. This whole matrix of freaking, doubt and just fucking stupid ignorance. And bro, when you understand that it's a game and that you can make something out of nothing, and that it's all manifesting, and that you create your future, that you are your own Picasso, that you are your own director of your movie, you are the own author of your book, you make it happen. You, nobody else. You create your own reality. It's true. It is true.
Law of the lid also has a lot to do with who you associate yourself with, because let's say if you're thinking at a high level, you're like, yo, I'm going to make this happen. I've seen people do it, whatever. But other people, let's say like a spouse or a close friend of yours or a partner, if they're not experiencing what you're experiencing, their believability level is going to be really, really, really low. And that's on top of everyone's financial thermostat set low, right? So the thought of making a whole bunch of money a month, like $50,000, $100,000 a month, some people really don't believe that. Some people couldn't even believe you can make $20 an hour at a job. So, the law of the lid has a lot to do with the thinking of the people that you're surrounding yourself with.
Dude, if I wouldn't have listened to my boy Crypto Picasso, if I wouldn't have seen him purchase what he purchased with it, and I wouldn't have seen the possibility, and people just don't know. Like, people need to see it in order to believe it, and that's cool. But sometimes you just need to have the vision and faith that this is going to work out. Because listen, man, if I wouldn't have had that vision or that faith, and you know how many people I told about Bitcoin, you know how many people I told about crypto, you know how many people listened to me? Dog, very few of my friends listened. And when they listened to me at the wrong time, when the shit was up, okay? Right. They lost money. So now they in a bad situation all over again because the shit went down. Right. I had to get in when I told you to get in, for real, for real. All right, so what's the last one here? The journey. The journey, bro, the journey. The journey is amazing. The journey is beautiful. The journey is positive. The journey is nothing but joy. The journey, and when I'm telling you this, is just so you're gonna eat shit. You're gonna fall flat on your face. You're gonna get scrapes. You're gonna get bruises. You're gonna have tons of devils. You're gonna have all that. But you need to wire yourself to enjoy that, to love it, to embrace it, to eat it up, to use it as petroleum. You have to fall in love with all that stuff to transcend that, to transform that into beauty, into madness, into abnormal behavior, because you cannot be normal. You cannot expect extraordinary things just being ordinary. You need to be extraordinary, okay? You need to be loud. You need to be loud, okay? Because there's enough noise out there that is trying to keep you contained. There's a lot of distractions out there. You need to really fall in love with this journey, because if you don't love this journey, if you don't love the person you're becoming, if you don't, you're going to give up. You're going to give up, and that's the only time you lose. You lose when you give up. You lose when you quit. As long as you continue going, an inch here, an inch there, an inch there, you move forward 5 feet, All right, so let's say you move over, it's 5 steps forward, but then you go 3 steps back, but then you go another 5 steps forward, another 3 steps back, another 5 steps forward, 4 steps back. You're making progress.
Yep.
But you have to fall in love with the journey and everything that it comes with. Everything that this journey is going to throw at you. You need to understand that it is part of the process. They are all lessons. They are all experiences. They are all what you need to become a better person, to keep stretching your muscle, to keep stretching your spirituality, to keep stretching your pockets, to keep stretching your mind, to keep stretching your soul. So enjoy this journey.
I agree with you, and we're about to close this thing right now. And I just want to make it clear. This isn't the polished, kind of talk. This is for the raw and real. This is for the people that came from the environments that we came from. You got to be rough. You got to have thick skin, because if not, this world is just going to blow you away. And it's sad to see how many people have limited beliefs. You got to be tough. You got to be tough. You got to be willing to do what no other person is willing to do. Now, people may point fingers at you and say, oh, he's doing something different. He's stupid. He's retarded. You can have so many people criticize you. But at the end of the day, if you're really willing to change your life, you're going to have to be able to endure that. I know that most people will do anything for recognition, which is why, these idiots shoot up movie theaters just so they can have one night of fame, right? People will do anything for recognition. And to protect yourself from looking stupid, you don't want to be the oddball. But the truth is, 1% is an odd number, like what Ivan said. 1% is an odd number, and 1% of people, especially over here in this country, are super successful. So you got to operate, instead of riding the wave, you have to create the wave. Okay. You have to be a pioneer, not a settler. Pioneers, they cross the oceans. They go through the crazy storms. They swim, they climb, they do everything to make it to the new world. And you know what? They become the landlords. So when the settlers back on the other side of things say, oh yeah, they discovered the new world. Oh, everything's already set for me. Okay, cool. They come, and now the people that came after, the settlers that came after, they're the tenants. They're now the tenants. You're the landlord. So the world favors the pioneers. The world favors those who are willing to go through challenges in unknown territory. Right? What is fear at the end of the day? FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Okay. A lot of times people want to FEAR. Okay. And that's, that just pretty much, guys, just like,
yo, Ness, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
I gotta go to the restroom and pee, dog.
No, you know what? Go ahead. Do your thing, and I'm gonna close this out, bro.
Close this up. I'll be right back.
Yep. So, guys, like I was saying, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Okay. Most people want to FEAR, forget everything and run. But what we need to do is FEAR a different way, fear a different way, and that's face everything and rise. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be obstacles. You got to be willing to put up the fight. And just remember, you're not going to deal with one fight. You're going to deal with multiple fights. You're going to deal with a life of fighting, but it's going to bring your future family to the promised land, which is really what we want everyone to do. So what we were talking about earlier, talking about our upbringing, talking about how rough it is, when you come up from, the bottom, there's nothing sweet about it. There's nothing sweet about it. So if it makes you uncomfortable, if it makes you like, oh, I'm not really feeling these vibes, right? You're soft. Let's just face it. In this world, you need to be like a rhino, right? Rhinos are endangered species, so there's few of them. Okay, they have thick skin. So little things aren't really going to bother them. If you try to throw a rock at them, it's not really going to bother them. And rhinos can only move forward. They can never move backward. So that's what you need to do. You need to be able to move forward. You see, when we look at a rear view mirror, when we drive in our car and we take a look, we take a look, at the side view mirrors. It's a small mirror, and that's because it's meant for you to glance at. Okay, the backseat, camera and all that stuff. That's only the camera, at the back of your car they use to help you with your parking, whatever. There's little stuff you can see in a little window. Why is that? Is because your life is really meant for you to focus forward and just glance backward. It's really just meant for you to glance so you can learn your lessons. All right, so that way you can appreciate, where you came from and where you're going. I think all this stuff is really important, and somebody needs to talk about this. This is for the minority, so this is for the majority of people that are looking, to hear something that they can relate to. Only few people can relate to this kind of stuff because this is how we grew up, and it's messed up. It's tough, but you know what? You got to be willing to go through all that to make it to become a big success. I'm successful now, at a level that I initially didn't think was possible for me. Ivan is a crypto millionaire. Okay, so that's just to show you that if someone like us, if people like us could do it, so can you. Some of you in the hoods right now probably looking at me right now and be like, yo, this guy reminds me of one of my cousins or whatever, like a familiar kind of looking face, right? This is to show you that you can do it too. You don't have to adjust yourself. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to change anything about you for you to see high levels. You just have to work your ass off and be willing to go through all the challenges, because it is going to come and it ain't going to be sweet. It's very cutthroat, and you have to be tough. So Ivan, you want to give them a final word before we close this?
The final word is believe in yourself, love yourself more than anybody loves you. Believe in yourself more than anybody believes in you. Continue to surprise yourself. Continue to do things that you've never done before. Continue to do new things. Continue to discover yourself, because there's so many hidden gems within you. I mean, you were born in the likeness of them, as the Bible says, and them is our creators, the creator. We have Jesus Christ within us, and we have energy within us. We have everything that you need to be successful is already in you. I don't care if you're fat, ugly, skinny, tall, lanky, hairy, not hairy, deformed, non-deformed. As long as you're breathing, okay, and as long as you have a heart beating and you have blood running through your veins and your mind is thinking, you have what it takes. You just have to look really within, okay? I'm a high school dropout. I'm a college dropout. I read my first book at 25. I haven't read a book in a very long time. There's nothing special about me. This is the reason why I still dress the way that I dress. This is the reason why I still talk the way I talk. This is the reason why I still have this demeanor, because I don't want to change. I probably have decided to take the longer route, the more challenging route, because I could have easily changed and have maybe been a little bit more polished. I could have probably wore a suit. I probably would have, took it easy on the cursing. I probably could have just took a chill pill and not be as aggressive as I am, as passionate as I am. But I decided to go the route that I decided to go, because this is me. I did not want to change the authenticity of me or my journey or my process. So you have what it takes. Look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. Nobody wanted to let him in the rap game. He became an odd person. He tattooed 69 all over his face. He tattooed this crazy clown on his face. He's a Mexican kid from Brooklyn, New York. If you know anything about Mexicans in New York, they would get beat up. They would get picked on. Okay? He is on top of the billboards. He's touring the world. Why? Because he believed in himself before anybody believed in themselves. He took advantage of what you have right now. Social media, of your phone, of Instagram. Start taking advantage of these things. Instead of swiping up and down Instagram, use that time to take 100 photos of yourself, so one of them will be dope enough that's going to get massive likes. See, that's the thing that most people don't understand. They think, oh, how'd you take that dope picture? Dude, I freaking, in front of everybody around me, I took about 100 shots. And it was uncomfortable. Like, it was weird. Like, people were looking at me. People were probably making fun of me. Like, oh, look at this guy. He's probably like an Instagram little freaking thing, like a little Instagram whore or something like that. But I took the time, instead of scrolling up and down and being all up in other people's business, I was like, okay, I don't want to be the consumer. It's sell or be sold. I want to be the one selling.
Right.
Please, guys, understand. You want to be the one selling. You need to become a salesman if you want to make it. This is how Ness and I got out the hood. Selling. We either sold ourselves, we sold a company, we sold the product, we sold the idea, the vision, we sold hope. Right now we're selling motivation. Right now we're selling our stories. Right now we're selling. It's okay. You're being sold something every day. You're selling yourself on your wife, on your new girlfriend. Someone is selling you that car. Someone is selling you what you eat, a diet. Someone's selling you a diet. Someone's selling you a lifestyle. Somebody's selling you something. Sales is around you 24/7. Start being the salesman. Start putting money in your pocket instead of dishing money out. That's what I do. I'm constantly thinking of ways, how can I bring value to this world where that dollar goes in my pocket? I want that dollar in my pocket. I want to be the salesman, or I want to help that idea that brings value to the world, that brings in a monetary value, right? An exchange. So give me money, I give you value, because I know, bro, everybody is being sold something. Everybody's a consumer. Once you understand that, when you look around you, when you look in this matrix and be like, oh shit, everybody's being sold something, from the furniture to the food you eat, to the girls, to the guys, to face. Yo, everybody on your feed is selling you something. They're selling you, oh, my life is better than yours. Oh, I live, oh, yo, I got better friends than you. I dress better than you. I look better than you. You're doing that shit for free. Do it with a motive. Do it with a reason. Do it to create a fortune, to leave a legacy. That's it.
Right, bro. You know that's so powerful, man. And you're so right, man. So, you know, shit. This is gonna be included in the podcast. So,
is this like one of your longest podcasts, bro?
This is the longest, bro. Absolutely.
I'm so sorry.
I wasn't prepared to go this long, man. But it needed to happen. I think this is an episode that I would just send a lot of people that's, you know, from similar environments, similar cities, similar backgrounds and stuff like that.
Listen, and we love everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody else, and it's cool.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's just this right here.
Genuine, you know what I mean? Like,
right here.
While you guys were, while other people were going to the Hamptons and other people were doing other things, or, you know, that's great. I'll listen to you. Like, yo, invite me to your yacht, please. Like, invite me to, like, it's cool. And I'm going to listen to your stories, you know, and I'm not going to do anything different. But this is my story.
Right, exactly. Like the concept of empowerment is to help, you know, people that are a minority of some sort. It could be women. That's why a lot of women need women empowerment, especially like in the sales world. I think on the stocks floor right now in New York, there's only one female. She's actually a 22-year-old college student. In the trade floor in Wall Street right now, only one. So, for example, in certain environments, you know, you're gonna have different, you know, kind of minorities. In this case, it's just young Spanish guys, you know, from the inner city, that had a similar struggle growing up, you know, in the same neighborhoods and stuff.
Just to be able to say that we make a living.
Just to be able to say that we're a success.
Come on, bro. Just to be able to say that we make we make $1 more than our expenses with our business, with our home-based business, is so powerful, bro. Are you clocking into a job right now?
Never. I haven't done so in like 5 years, bro.
Yo, my man, I cannot picture.
Look how far we came.
If I had to, I would. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But dude, today's a Monday and it feels like a Saturday.
The way I felt, bro, is you can't say you're a boss and still have a boss.
All right. But you're right. But we still always have a boss, though.
My boss is my calendar, bro. You know,
Right.
and ain't nothing wrong having a mentor, but
Yeah.
you know, you can't
but
call yourself a boss and have a boss.
the man above.
That's the only boss. That's
There
it.
you go.
That's it. God is my only boss. That's it.
And I also want to say one last thing. That's something that really took off for me was after World Ventures. I got really big into meditation, and I got really big into spirituality. I went into the Pentecostal church, and bro, when I realized the power that we have within, just because, listen, we have something, we are spiritual beings in a human vessel. Don't let anybody tell you different. When you understand that this human form is nothing, that the moment you die, your soul continues. We have a soul. Once you understand, man, that everything is energy around us, everything is frequency, everything is vibration, everything's a game, everything's in the matrix. You have the secrets and the gems within you. You are a diamond in a rough right now. When you understand that you could hit the reset button in this game any day, that you could die in that level and restart that level, when you could just continue to play the game and nobody could take you out unless you die, and you understand that you could win this game, it's game over. Just don't quit the fucking game. Don't hit that power button and never touch that game again. Do not give in. Do not give in. Do not stay mediocre. Do not stay average. Do not stay broke. Do not stay limited. Yo, play that game. Reset that game. Learn the tricks. Learn the hacks. Learn how to fucking continue that level. And then there's gonna be another level and another.
I'm gonna say one last thing before we close this. This was taught to me, a long time ago. But people, even us, before we got introduced to all this, we do enough not to lose, but we don't do enough to win big.
Facts.
We do enough not to lose, but we don't do enough to win big. And I think really all it is people should be able to reach out. Closed mouths don't get fed. And here's the thing, since you're talking about the Bible and stuff, I believe that the best success advice came from Jesus himself. Right. This is what he said. He said, and you quote me on this too. I may get it wrong. He says, ask and you will receive. You shall receive. Ask for the sale and you'll receive the sale. Right. Ask for the connections. Ask for the information. You'll receive the information you need. Right.
People don't ask. Speak.
Right. You quote me on other ones. Knock and it will be open. Right. Knock on these doors. Even when me and Ivan were rubbing shoulders with other really successful people, multiple 6-figure earners, 7-figure, 8-figure, even 9-figure earners, we're rubbing shoulders with some of these people. They might not let us in, but if we keep on knocking, eventually someone will open, and that's going to lead to a new open door of opportunity. Okay, so seek and you will find. Right. Seek solutions for problems. The true solution of success is this: problem plus solution equals opportunity, right? Problem plus solution equals opportunity. So train yourself to see the solutions for every problem and you'll create an opportunity. And when it comes to success, the formula to success, according to Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, right? And the Master Key to Riches, the formula for success is the quality of service you render times the quantity of service you render plus a positive mental attitude equals success. So what does that mean? Quality of your work. It should be the best quality that you can make it. It should be a high performing service or a high performing, product, whatever it is. Okay. Times the quantity Quantity meaning how many eyes could get in front of that, how many hands could hold on to that, how many people could you get in front of your quality product, plus a positive mental attitude equal success. So the formula for opportunity is problem plus solution equals opportunity. The formula for success is the quality of service you render times the quantity of service you render plus a positive mental attitude equals success. So guys, you got everything you need to become a top tier success. What you need to do is toughen up, okay? Be strong, okay? Because you don't want to be it's all right to be average, but your work ethic can't be average. Your bank account shouldn't be average. It should be savage. Don't accept what they give you. Take what's yours. It's the law of equal exchange. And I'm going to end this right now. It's about the law of equal exchange. When you're providing something, for example, in the previous business that I've been in, I provided $30,000 in volume for a partner that I got into business partnership coming from a competitor, right? So my end of the bargain, this is what I've been able to do. Now, with the individuals that I brought in, I've been able to lock in some deals with them to help them make some money temporarily for 9 days until they get on their feet, right? So I've been able to do some hard things that I was told was probably not going to be possible. And I made it to a point where it was like, yo, this got to be it, or I can't do this. And so with the value that I'm bringing in, kind of like you bringing in an NBA player, like LeBron James going to the Lakers type shit. When you're bringing in a top player from a competing team or a competing network or a competing company, you want to make sure that you provide the law of equal exchange, right? So my business partner, the one who I decided to partner up with, decided to play a little bit of games, right? I've been able to come in, do what I did, help the majority of his team, above me rank up. But then it was like, where the hell was this guy? And in the moment I threatened to leave the situation, the moment I tried to leave for like 6 months, tried to go, what he did was he bypassed me, went to my guys that I've helped make tens of thousands of dollars throughout the years, and he offered the world to them, and they bit the bait, okay, and then now they have to live with that fate, and they're going through it. I can see the numbers. I can still see everything, and it's not looking really good. So the law of equal exchange pretty much states this: know your worth, know who you are. Don't stand for bullshit. The law of equal exchange means this: you do what you need to do, but don't accept anything less, okay, than what you deserve. If you stand, you have to stand for something or fall for anything. Not everyone is built like this. And the reason why I was built like this is what you heard earlier today. So guys, with that said, let's continue to thrive, not just survive. Let's continue to help as many people as humanly possible, okay, with whatever you could provide value in, all right? We're not saying, let's save the manatees. We're not saying things like that. What we're saying is give what you can, give whatever value you can, help out someone with information, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. The cure for poverty isn't giving everyone $1 million, okay, that's in poverty. The cure for poverty is really giving them that information and that access. That's the most important thing, because if you give someone who's been in poverty a long time a lot of money, they're going to blow it real quick. And believe me, I know, because when I came up, when I was broke as hell, and when I came up, the times I came up, I blew my money fast, right? So it's true what Robert Kiyosaki said when he said that. And, you're going to learn more from your experiences. You got to always put up the fight. You always got to put up the good fight. And just remember, success is not a destination. Success is a journey. So if you're built for it, great. If you're built for it, you're going to create a legacy. If you're built for it, you're going to live a life that not a lot of people live, because you were willing to do what not a lot of people were willing to do.